Hey folks, obviously an enormous cultural loss. Sad, and obviously there's hard to say things about this that aren't already being said and said better by so many other people. Uh, I think two quick notes I wanted to share on, I guess, what it got me thinking about. And again, it's because partly so many things worth saying are already being said better by other people. The first one is just that I will suggest, at least from my perspective and in regard to my channels and so on, that I think it's too soon for jokes about what happened in Paris. I don't know what the statute of time frame is before it feels like it's not, and I understand people process grief differently, but I don't think that this is the right time for trying to get viral numbers off takes and stuff. It's a big deal. Secondarily, I do want to say that one of the things that I think can be, in a way, inspiring about it, and this is obviously me trying to do a silver lining because it's one of my ways of processing grief, it's one of my ways of functioning, is to remember that this was a thing, a space, a building made by people. And the meaning that it's had to people, to generations of people, hundreds and hundreds of years of people, and that meaning was a human creation, was designed by people, built by people. Granted, they were from very different times, and I'm sure there's no shortage of problematic things about those times and maybe even some of the people involved. I don't know the historical details. But what I will suggest out of it is, things in history will have damage and loss and things will happen to those. But it's a reminder that, can you find some ways, through whatever means is your way of going about interacting with the world, to make something which impacts people's lives in a positive enough way, in a memorable enough way, in a meaningful enough way, to be missed when lost. To, again, not see it entirely as a negative of the obvious, unfortunate circumstances of what's gone down, of, in a way, helped highlight how great of a thing that was. How much it meant to people, and again, sort of as a sort of small challenge. I know it can feel often like we are spectators of things happening way bigger than any of us can do anything about, right? We can't help through a tweet. And this applies whether it's unfortunate other stuff going on in the world, or this just sort of as a microcosm. And I was like, well, what can we do about that? And certainly we can't stop it, we can't help it, we can't fix it, we can't contribute to necessarily address what happened, and certainly it's after the fact, too late. But what we can do is figure out how, in our little ways, in our respective ways, how can we make something that has meaning to people, that resonates with people, that people care about, that people will miss, that people will see as enough value to them in their lives, in their culture, in their community, that it's again, it's a human-made creation. And I think that is one of the interesting things about realizing how much it means to people, that if you set your life about it, whether it might, I'm not saying a building, we're not all architects, we're not all physical craftspeople. Obviously, a lot of y'all are digital craftspeople. Might be a game, might be a book, might be a video, might be a business, might be a song, might be something else. Whatever format it might take for you, it's I think a useful call to kind of strive for making something that's, I'll tell you what it's reminding me of. It's our guest speaker for Gamketo Club, so the Gamketo Community Podcast episode that went out, I guess, yesterday. Juan Vaca, he kind of kept re-emphasizing this point of designers just want to make something special. They want to create an experience for people that's special. And this was obviously something very special to people. And I guess it feels a bit like when we lose a person, and, you know, obviously people are people and things are things. I don't mean to conflate the two too much. But that even if it's, say, a relationship loss and not a loss of a life, that it can be a reminder of what a range of things we can feel. It can be a reminder of how special an experience can be. It can be a reminder of that it's worth that kind of vulnerability that goes into creating something that you will miss, to finding those high highs, even if it creates some contrast with the low lows. And that's it. Not sure what else, again, I could say about it that's not already been said and being said much better by people far more articulate than I. But, yeah, just wanted to kind of offer those 2 points. Again, that first one is, I think it is way too soon and will be for a while for jokes about this. I've got no tolerance on that on my channel. I will quickly weed those out if I see them. Likewise, I'm unfollowing people on Twitter about it. And then the second one, to kind of see it as a reminder, a charge of what is it that within your particular interest, skill set, life path, opportunities, aspirations, can you create in your own way, perhaps for a different community, a different size of community, different scale of community, and that's all right. Maybe a digital community, something which people will find meaningful and significant and special to them. I gotta go. Got another work call. But thanks for tuning in.